the meeting recording has begun and we do have a quorum. So we're going to call this meeting to order the October 9th, 2023 at
5:44. We're at November
oh,
13th.
oh, excuse me. I'm reading the old.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
November 13th.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's why, because I have the agenda below it. November 13th, 2023. And we are the Arts Commission, and I'm Catherine Cotton. Do we need to do a roll call?
Let's just do it so we have a record of it. I mean, you can.
Okay, so we have Donna Cronk, Steve Pennington, Michelle, I can never say
Chess fold.
Chess Fold, Catherine Cotton, and Nicole Weedy present.
Did you say Steve Pennington online?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't say online. I did
Okay,
say Steve
okay.
Pennington, yeah. First item is to let's see.
Approve the minutes, maybe.
Well, it was actually to approve the agenda
Really?
and then to approve the minutes.
Okay.
So the agenda approval is the first item. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I make the motion to approve the agenda.
And then do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion passes, the agenda is approved. Now would be the time for public comment, but I don't believe we have any residents present to provide public comment. And we'll close that section. Let's see, we have no council liaison report because we have no council liaison present. Now we come to the next agenda item, approval of the minutes dated October 9th, 2023, which was our actual retreat. Do we have anyone want to make a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve the meeting minutes from the previous meeting.
Thanks, and I will second that motion.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Okay, now, and I have to say, I really like the notes from the last minute.
Oh, thank you.
And then we're on to new business. So our new business, first item is window murals.
So Sarah is going to do the one downtown, which I don't have a picture of, on the carousel window on December 1st. And then following your wishes, I mean, that sounds so formal. You guys had said, let's get some more murals up on the ridge. So I took one of her ones that she had give as an option for the downtown, and I loved it so much, but the carousel owners were like, preferred a different one. I said, I really like that one.
Yeah.
Do you want to just make some tweaks to it? And I said, you know, the Arts Commission is really interested in having a female elk, and I couldn't remember the name. But here is, I'll see if I put it up to the camera, Steve, but here's what's going to go on the library window. So we have Lawrence, and then I guess.
Elkie.
Okay.
A little flower or something in
Yes,
her
so
ear.
that she looks feminine or
she
something,
looks
or
like a little
Right,
girl.
yes,
Like
right. Even for
a-
this, it can be pine.
Holly,
cone,
like
or
Holly Berry.
poinsettia.
Holly,
Oh,
poinsettia.
Okay, good
Good.
feedback.
Oh, I love the feedback.
Okay, how can I get this so that Steve can see this?
You would, yes, you're doing the right thing.
Can you see it, Steve?
Yeah, that's adorable.
Steve's like, adorable, such a great adjective.
Adorable.
So the library was, they're just they're really good. I had reached out to KeyBank for this as well, because the manager was interested.
Yes.
But lo and behold, when she reached out to her management, they said for security reasons, they couldn't do the windows. And I was like, oh, I get that.
I get
Oh.
that.
Yeah, but the library is a willing participant, so
Oh, that's great.
I thought
I'm
this
so
was,
glad.
this was really lovely.
Very nice.
So,
That's so swell.
I have a question about our mascots.
mhm.
So when we were meeting at the brewery, so Steve, are you gonna give them a Facebook page?
What, one more time?
Are you gonna set them up a Facebook page or something like that? I think it would be cute if people started following them on Facebook. I don't
For the
know.
elk? Sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
we could do that if you want to do that, sure.
for Lawrence and Elkie.
So so do we want to call this Elke? So when I do the post, so is it ELKE? Is that how we would
Yeah,
spell it?
That's the.
So
Swedish-
Larry or Lawrence and Elke, okay.
Yeah,
so
I think it's
cute.
Larry. I think
Lawrence.
Lawrence has already been taken, right? Ken?
No, I think Lawrence, we.
Well, there's
decided-
a lot of Lawrence Elks
Yeah.
out there, including some breweries have utilized the name too, so.
Well,
But we could always call it Lawrence and then Larry in quotes.
Yeah,
I
Larry.
think just Lawrence is fine.
Lawrence, okay.
the Elk and.
Lawrence and
Elkie
Elke, okay,
And Elkie.
okay.
And then
um,
we can start putting pictures on there, and if you said
I-
that they were starting to get kind of a following.
People
maybe we-
seem to really like it. I think it just, you know, people can continue to post it and spread it, then maybe it can go viral, you know?
I can hardly wait for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to see if Carousel, if they're still a willing, you know, participant on their window, or if, it was, I think when she cleans it, it was damaging the lettering a little bit.
Oh.
Which I told Joelle, the Carousel, I'm like, if there is a repair, I will pay for that with the budget, like that was never, you know, the intent.
Right.
But I don't know if they want to continue it, if so, if not, we'll, figure something out or another. It's just good because when you come into town, you can see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay.
And it's
So-
always fun.
Who did the mural on the insurance building downtown?
That is also the same artist, I believe.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay,
Sarah, yeah.
okay. Yeah, because there was that kind of Norwegian winter theme on that one.
I
With the
need to
sweaters and the.
slow, I need to drive slower when
Is
I
it
go
the
by
slow
that
roll
one.
by
Yeah,
there?
well, I actually never go that far. I think it's when I drove through town yesterday, so.
So
Okay.
tell me again which building?
So as you're going down 202 towards North Bend,
Uh-huh.
you know where the bus stop is as you're heading out of town?
Yes.
The building across the street, right past the Elks,
Eagles.
Eagles, excuse me. The Elks Club, there's a two-story building right there. And one of the windows has so I assumed it was ours when I came in and when I was driving into town, because I was like, oh, there's our elk, and it's wearing like this Norwegian sweater hat thing and stuff. And
So are we
I-
feeling a little, what's the right word I'm looking for?
Patent.
Violated or copyrighted? or
Yeah, yeah.
patented? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure that there are lots of elk around. So
Honestly, if he wants to spend the money to do an elk on his window and
Spread the love and the,
I'm like,
the theme,
because there's.
Go for it.
because then it makes it just
Yeah,
kind of.
It's
it's
like
just kind of fun. If
and
other
everybody-
merchants wanna do it.
Everybody's
Kind
getting
of cute
involved.
and fun, like, I don't know, I guess I'm not like all bunched up about it, because we don't have a copyright on it or anything like that.
Maybe it'd be fun if sometime next year there was maybe an elk month and different windows, different.
Oh, that'd be.
A
so
herd,
good.
as
We could
Yes.
have a herd of windows.
A herd of elk windows.
Have you heard about Snoqualmie?
Oh, that's
Oh,
cute.
the tons are coming.
Have you
yeah.
heard-
Don't
Oh,
even get on the
I
edge.
love, okay,
Things
have you?
are funny, yeah.
And just so you're clear, so that's Alicia Mesa hired the window painter. That's her office that has that elk on it, so.
Oh, that's great.
But I mean, if they want to, I mean, it's
Yes.
their dollar they're spending, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's kind of keeping the theme of the elk windows throughout the community and.
Well-
I mean,
that's
we're
kind of
bringing
fun.
business to artists. That's about as good as you can do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I was just going, when did I fall asleep through that meeting? I didn't know we were painting this window.
Yeah. I think that brings up a real, see, that's such a good point, that this is actually activating an artist
Exactly.
in this
Uh-huh.
community. That's really something to be. hanging our hat on. So, okay, so that's as far as that's window mural, as far as the building murals, the city attorney is still kind of buried in other things and he hasn't been able to put any attention to the documents, but I'll reach out to him again.
Do we have a city attorney now? or
Well,
is it
he's
still the-
outside council.
Okay.
Yeah, he's outside council. I think, well, tonight council will be voting on staffing plans and I believe that they're going to put forth that the city does
Hire
another, or go back to one, not two. We'll have
Okay.
one, yeah. So, okay.
I don't want to interrupt, but do we have are we going to the city council meeting at 6 or?
It's at 7, so it's a special roundtable meeting at
Oh,
6.
okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good.
I hope that's the way it is.
That's good. I had it
Check
down
my
as
calendar.
7 and then I saw that there was an agenda at 6, so.
I did. I think you're right, Nicole.
Am I? Thank you. I'm stressing out now.
No, please don't.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I would give it, it's at 7.
Okay, thank you. I was having a moment of heart attack.
All right, the next item under new business is that council presentation that we're doing at
Yeah, I just
7.
wanted to know if there was anything that you guys wanted to run through as, have you guys designated Donna as your speaker? I wasn't sure. I don't know. Or is, I don't know.
Donna, do you know?
What time do we presenting? Because I have a hard stop tonight.
Okay.
We are first on the agenda, beginning with A.
That's not what I saw on the agenda. There
No,
was a lot
the-
of other
yeah,
business prior
there's-
to the commission reports.
Exactly, so the commission.
We're first on the commission report.
Okay, that's maybe what I was thinking.
So did you all see the slide? Like kind of put the slide together with all of the different things and yeah, all of the different activities we did throughout 2023, but I wasn't sure if y'all thought.
I did not.
I did not either.
Pull up. It was in an email. You were also on the email. It doesn't look like the entire Arts Commission was though. Because we said less words, more graphics.
I just saw, well, no, all I saw was Nicole's about less, that we didn't have time for the,
Yeah, it's a packed agenda.
Yeah.
They were almost like, oh, let's push that back. And the mayor was like, no, like these commissions have been working really hard and trying to meet the, what did they
The
call it?
deadline. I can see it right there.
Oh, there it is.
You just opened it.
Oh.
there.
Yeah, there,
So yeah, you're at the top. And then there's the second slide.
oh, that's neat.
It's really cool done.
So
Very well
just
done.
tried to put a little taste of, like, I couldn't put all of the murals, obviously, but
mhm.
you know, we can talk about, you know, we're trying to establish Lawrence the Elk and now we'll have Elkie this winter. We can talk about that. You said wine walk is gonna be discussed or asked.
It's possible. I think that I'm gonna pull the agenda because I believe that the survey that the communications team did in the community, I think they're discussing the results tonight, but I'm not
Right.
sure
And-
which.
And I heard the same from Charlene at the art gallery.
Heard what, that people
that
want,
People want them.
so people have been saying stuff to them. I still support you guys in the fact if you don't feel you have, it's not just you guys, the capacity, it's resource, it's the gallery, like they don't have it's just,
Well, they can, yeah, that was the thing. The gallery kind of pulled their,
Yes, quite suddenly.
and so it's a matter of resources and.
Exactly.
And
I think that what, from my point of view, is that if we can find some community members who are willing to be volunteers and take direction, and be here on time, all the things that volunteers need to have. I think that we're doing it for the community, so if some of them want to participate, and maybe we can be a little more conservative and have,
Like a smaller event, you mean?
I'm
That way?
thinking not having 3 events like it was the last Friday.
Yeah,
3
yeah.
days, so that was real, and so
I
I
do
do,
focus on the wine walk if we have a presentation to make. I mean,
Right.
do we want to have this conversation now or table it just
I'd like
until
to,
maybe?
yeah, table it, something for
Why
us
don't
to
we see
think
what
about.
the feedback is
Yeah.
from the survey and how much pushback we get, but I still say you guys, if there's resources and capacity issues, like.
Because
that's-
I mean, you have
they're all
eventually
volunteers.
problems getting
so I-
volunteers just for the,
It's not just.
Art off the
resources and
rails.
Oh,
capacity.
yeah,
so,
Pre-
yeah, I don't think
this
about
is
that too,
A
so.
comment that could be
exactly,
made.
but with the wine walk,
to-
there are people
oh,
who
yes,
want
let's see
to
what Donna is
attend the
saying.
wine
I'll wait
walks.
until there's.
So maybe if we had 2 wine walks, and so it can say, you get, you know, you get to participate in one, and then you get to attend the other. So that might be a good deal for the volunteers.
I was gonna say, it's resources and capacity, yes, but I think that we could also make note. And because I think it speaks to our achievements this year. Previously, the focus was only wine walks
Exactly,
and nothing else. Where
Exactly.
we've diversified a bit of, we're offering a bit more to the community. As well as the wine walks, are they family friendly? Whereas your art off the rails is much more of a family friendly event.
exactly.
Chalk the block, wing loop, plein air. So it kind of, I just feel like, it's to be considered on the next of future years, but at this point, I think we have a lot to be proud of,
Mhm.
even though there was no wine walk. And maybe there are people who are disappointed, but that's the world.
Right.
Can I quote you on that? That's the world. Yeah.
That's the world.
And if for some reason 1 or 2 came back, I would advocate that they be what we would call the shoulder season,
Yeah.
which would be that May or September, because that's when it's a benefit to the community downtown. And
Right.
also you guys are busy doing a lot in the summer, and to add something to your plate, it would be a challenge to spread.
Well, our
That out, but
numbers
I don't
have been-
even want to have that conversation.
Yeah, I think it's a table conversation, we'll look at the feedback and we'll determine at that point, but our numbers also. It showed the first one was high and then it just.
Exactly, and I
So-
have that right here,
So,
and.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's one of those things that just, we'd have to find a partner, and I think in something like that.
Yeah, and if the art
several.
gallery is not willing to
Right.
come back, and I'll say right now, Michelle, I'm not interested in partnering with the North Bend Alliance. That is,
Right.
we need to keep it close. We we have to
Well,
keep it
that's-
within
that's-
Snoqualmie.
Right, but
Yeah.
that's a different thing. Art Off the Rails had the train to be
Connected, yeah.
connected.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yes.
it was, so it's a different idea. It's a whole.
I did not mean that to be accusatory. I'm so sorry. I did not mean
Yes.
it that way. Just,
it
yeah.
was a great event, I really love the bones of it, I think it's gonna be,
Mhm.
now that you've kind of got the vision set out, you can just expand upon it, I thought it was great.
It's just to do a wine walk, we do have to have a partnership with a nonprofit. And
I-
so if
and
if
totally
the gallery is like out, it doesn't, I mean, there are nonprofits in the community, but it is a heavy ask on top of just providing, their 501c3 status. It's a
Exactly.
heavy ask.
It certainly is.
So,
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think too, that if we can get more than one partner, like maybe it could be I don't know, maybe merchants and the gallery, so that there's,
There's nothing that says the merchants can't actually organize their own.
it's true.
exactly.
They're getting their 501c3 status, so,
I think they already have it.
They have a C6.
yeah,
So
they're,
the council
working.
presentation, are you able to stay for the majority of the meeting? If Donna has to hard out, could you?
when
Yeah,
are
my,
you-
my hard out is probably about 8:15. 8:15.
I mean,
The
yeah, if
very,
we
very
haven't
latest,
had
at
it,
the very latest.
if we haven't had it by then, because I would assume we'd have had it by then, so.
My hope, my wish is that when they're setting the agenda at the beginning of the meeting, seeing that you guys and other commissions are present, that they will move it to the top of the agenda, but that my wish isn't their wish, so.
Yeah.
They should go alphabetically, right?
But yeah, we are first if we go, Steve, I mean, when we go.
So we don't
Yeah.
need the Parks Commission going in front of us or.
Dastardly parks people. Okay, so, all right.
So in this, we're just pretty much gonna highlight our year-end review, basically.
Right.
One question I had noticing that the budget, and I thought we had about $15,000 in expenses. What was our overall budget? So where was it? 20? Was it?
Let me see if I can pull that up.
Because that's always good to have some metrics and numbers in there.
Mhm. Um. why is it playing? I'm also been tasked with getting a quote. Art Tech about the oil paintings in the council chambers and this glass sculpture to be cleaned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's not bad. I learned quite a bit about those for hand paintings. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm honestly, I said today, if what it cost, if they said, you gotta do this, I'm gonna be like, you just wiped out like all of our capital improvement money, so. I'll keep,
Ouch.
yeah, here we go.
And speaking of
Mhm.
art, this is just a side something while you're finding that. I'm meeting with Art Off the Rails committee. We're thinking of putting our poster, our half of the poster in maybe this city council room, so where it's gonna someplace to be visible. So our community art project might be hanging here, and North Bend's would be hanging in their city council, and then maybe we can put the two halves together because it makes one big picture with the train and the caboose, the end, the beginning and the end, because the train only goes in one direction and it basically backs up
Mhm.
to get to North Bend, then the caboose is at that end and the engine is at our end. And so that's what our mural has.
I don't think there's room in the council.
I wouldn't
chambers.
be able to put anything in the chambers, but the gallery
There were-
downstairs.
There's a gallery.
Yeah,
The gallery, yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
be-
I had brought that up as part of the both the artwork and the poetry. I would like to work those into the displays in the display case is what I was thinking, but
Yeah, I would say Steve
so-
is your contact.
yeah,
on
so
that.
let me know what you come up with, Michelle, on what you want to post and when.
Okay,
and
yeah,
that's
I think we wanted to do start a January first showing maybe, and then after a while, we're going to find a way to put the two together in one city hall and then in another, so that we can have the whole thing.
Okay, so Donna, to answer your question about the budget, so the art wine walks, and you are a budget person, so this is your language, right? In the current budget, it's listed as art and wine walks, and so I have been talking with finance that we need to rename that, and we might be able to do that as part of the moving ahead to the next budget or next year. However, we haven't used that money, but it doesn't mean I can't use it. But that is a little under $6,000. Then all the other supplies, it's a $14,000 budget, and we've used, let's see, this is actually this is from August, so I haven't got an update from finance, so this is not
Not reflecting.
this is not reflecting the last 2 months. So as of 2 months ago, we'd used about half of that. And then.
Wait,
for-
pause.
Mhm.
You're jumping around. What is through August? The
Through
spreadsheet?
August is,
The spreadsheet?
is this,
Okay,
the one that I sent you guys, I keep track of just the invoices that I process.
Mhm.
And then this is the official one from accounting, from finance, our budget analyst. And then we have capital outlays, which is for art objects, and that's part of the capital improvement. And when we go to,
we haven't done any capital.
right, I
expenses.
feel like we would be able to use that for painting the mural on the
Yeah,
side of the
mural,
building.
yeah,
but I
that'll
will-
be a capital expense.
I'll double check that we can do that, but that's kind of what I'm earmarking that money.
So you said 6,000, which is the art and wine walk, and then
Mhm.
14,000, which
For-
was.
It's called the art and sciences, but that's what I've been applying everything to, everything
Okay.
that you guys have done.
Got it. And that was year-to-date budget through August?
Mhm.
Okay, then we're way under budget then.
We are, because we haven't even tapped into that 6,000, so.
Yeah.
So what I would probably do, it just depends, like cleaning the art, at the end of the day. You guys have like 6 or 7 account numbers, but at the end of the day, it's one budget.
Right.
So it's how it all works, but,
Yeah.
yeah,
So if we didn't use the 6,000, but that doesn't include what was spent on the Art Off the Rails project?
that was part of the art and, arts and sciences.
Sciences, okay, it was in there,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I was coding everything to. That's
Okay.
what finance told me to do.
So probably your year-to-date budget's 21K, because it was looking like it's a 1750 per month, so I'm pretty sure your year-to-date is 21,000 in art and science. We've spent about 15 per this schedule. We probably haven't had a lot of expenses since. Maybe the murals, a
Not
couple
too
more
much.
murals, so we're coming under budget.
And usually like the plein air, then it just becomes updates, we did create a few new documents this year.
Right,
That the cost was more when it's a new document, and then
Right.
art off the rails. The heavy expense was this year, then
Right.
next year would just be the updates,
Yeah.
so.
and we'll do a better on our budgeting with each event too.
Mhm. But yeah, I'm not concerned about. Your budget at all, for the most part. I think we've been very mindful.
Yeah.
So, is the art commission part of for culture?
Horticulture is,
That's a grant.
it's a grant, which, we recently, this year, they contacted me and said, you've got this money and you have to essentially provide a recap for it. And Dylan and I thought that it had gone by the wayside, but it wasn't. I'm not sure if that money is gonna get deposited back into our account or if it's gonna go to the general fund. I'm not sure about that, but we did get 6,000, I think it was, from
Okay.
for culture, but I also haven't applied for anything for this year, because with for culture, sometimes it was usually tied to training or classes. And so during COVID, Dylan and I were like, well, we haven't really been doing a lot of that.
Exactly.
So oftentimes with for culture, I'm like, we have money, let's, they almost like want to throw it at you. So more to come on for culture.
Okay, because moving forward, would like to find a way to have it so that the train is more art-minded and participating more for the community. And so we don't know how that gets applied for them if they come up with some ideas on classes or something.
Okay. Okay. All right, so council president, and so, yeah, the video will be in the link on the agenda, but we won't be able to play it just because of time.
Right.
Yeah.
What video?
The one that Dennis
put together.
put together a video.
There's a video.
It's a YouTube
For
video.
Art Off the Rails.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that got sent out to the Arts Commission.
I wasn't aware there was gonna be a video either.
I,
and I think it's
Where
like
is
2
the
minutes,
video?
it's 2 minutes.
It's a YouTube video, but we can't use it.
no, I
He prepared-
haven't seen it. I'm
Yeah.
asking
Oh,
you
it's
where-
Arts Commission's email.
Oh,
Look at your-
my government email does not work, so.
I don't know if it was
If
under
got
that.
sent there, then,
I don't know if it went to that or
Well,
not.
I'll forward it to you.
I don't think it came to my personal. Oh, that's
may not.
nice, though. How neat. You can't use the video though?
We don't have the time in the presentation and,
That's
and
too
as I
bad.
said in the email too, I was a little concerned that half of your time allotment was on one event when there was all those other
Exactly.
things that we
Yeah,
had done as
right,
well. I
and
didn't
that's
think it,
fair.
I didn't think it represented all the work that everybody had
agree.
done. Okay,
I
I'm glad
agree
you did.
with
I was
that,
like,
yeah.
oh, they're not gonna.
Yeah, but you can use it next year to post it in maybe
Yes,
some of
exactly.
your ad
It
advertising.
can be a good teaser for promoting it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
and
sent
that's,
it to you, Donna.
that was the number one reason to start it.
Well, dang.
was, and I do
Looking
know,
forward to seeing the video.
Steve, do you have pictures of art off the rails?
Thank you, Nicole.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did not get this.
Is,
My government. one.
is Steve,
email doesn't work.
how do we know if Steve's still here?
Well, I was just waiting for a pause to answer. I took the Dennis only had room on his share for 3 or 4 more pictures, and so I had posted the ones that fit the criteria that he needed. And then I have an email out. Nicole and I are on a mail thread with the IT manager for the city to build out a share for us to park all of our pictures. But I've got another probably 50 pictures of the event.
Ooh, I was so busy. I wasn't taking pictures.
I find it very difficult to manage an event and take
Yes.
photos, so. Okay,
It was great.
Yeah, and
Steve,
I was careful to get pictures of artists, musicians, our banner in cool settings, that sort of thing, and as well as some the crowds coming off the train and things like that. So
That's
we've
neat.
got a pretty good pictorial history. The weather was bad, the lighting was bad, but we have stuff. We have pictures.
But, and which means, and it was well attended and we had fun. So that's a success.
Yep.
Anything else on the council presentation?
So Donna, if you have to leave, do you have, is Kat going to
You
be?
guys make the call on this.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Okay.
I won't do as good a job as she does, but
I guess I'm doing it then. That was the other thing. I wasn't sure. This is the cutest little thing with the little t-shirt and he's got like the things coming out of
Yeah.
his head.
Yeah.
That's so
the
cute.
fronds, yeah.
This is the cutest. I'm so glad you sent it to me. I missed out on the video. Oh, look at you're in it too.
Steve, I always do this too. I apologize. Was there something you wanted to add to the agenda? I think there is, and I just was.
Well, I also wanted to ask them what do you wish to see highlighted within our presentation? I can't guarantee. I'm gonna highlight everybody's wishes, but Steve, I'll go with you first.
I'm sorry, I don't think I quite follow. What you mean the presentation
Is there
tonight?
anything in particular that you would like to make sure is highlighted in our city council presentation?
So the biggest thing is that I think I started to talk about this at the retreat a little bit. Just as long as we don't come across as a group that does events for the lulz, right? Like we're not out here doing stuff for the fun of it. We have a vision. We've been doing the great things, for kids and the community, and getting people out for like the chalk the block and all that. Just really for me, it's about just that community building aspect, as well as curating new art for the community. I mean, that's what we're here for, to me, and that's what is important. So I think we did a great job of that this year and really pivoted away from being not the Snoqualmie Wine Commission. So.
Exactly.
Well,
Although it does have its pluses.
And our first slide to our presentation is our mission statement, and I was planning to highlight that we spent time as a group
That's what I.
understanding our mission statement and creating it. So I feel exactly as you do, Steve. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Pat, what do you wish to ensure is presented at the council?
I agree, and it's kind of been echoed throughout here, but community, the community events, but family oriented events is what
Right,
we're
exactly.
doing.
and if they could be done in order and highlight that the murals are ongoing, so it isn't just a one-time thing.
Well, I think everything's ongoing. I mean, it will be
Yes,
annually
yeah,
We're gonna
repeated.
continue the same.
Yeah.
Same
Yes.
one. So same echo as Steve.
Yeah.
That is most important to you to hear that the council hears from us.
That, yeah, that we bring, that the community come together for these types of events, that families come out for these events.
Right.
I think that's.
Yes,
Good. And do you have a particular passion or something that you wish to make sure that the city council hears from us in a
Yes.
nutshell?
The high school volunteered. We had student volunteers that more student volunteers than adult volunteers.
Well, I'm not gonna get into
No, I'm
like
just
one
saying,
event and we had these
Well-
volunteers.
well, I'm just saying that they have connected with me and they want to do it again next year.
Okay.
So about youth involvement in
Youth
art?
involvement.
I think that,
Yeah,
I think we
that's-
can highlight that we've encouraged more youth involvement in
Yes.
the arts, through the art train. Does that sound good?
Yes,
Okay.
okay, through Art Off the Rails. It's not an art train.
Well, I
It-
know,
it is-
you changed it right in the middle of it.
I
It's-
know,
It's just
it's-
hard to go back. It's like changing my middle name. I can't do that.
It left the station and we can't go back.
So that's important to you to have highlighted.
Highlight, yes, to have the youth involved. And they were I even tried to get a youth table where they would bring their artwork in and just even show it if they didn't want to sell it. And that didn't work this year, but we
Okay.
talking to. our
And is there
teachers.
anything that you wish to see and highlighted to our city council during this presentation?
I think you might maybe want to kick it off with that you guys did that you're a new commission, you know, a lot
And more
of.
structured more.
More,
That's
like, a
mine.
new commission, more structured, like you not lost, different people that have been on it for a long time, like you're a new commission.
Yeah.
But that you also did the community survey. And so, and I think you guys really did listen, you took a combination of the survey and also your wishes, like. That's something that I always was saying to a coworker today, you guys are volunteers, like. We have to remember that, you know, you're volunteers, you're not paid staff.
Right.
And so you did the survey, so I think you did a combination of what was the feedback, also what was your capacity, what was your passion, and how did you blend those two?
Okay. That's a very good call out too.
I mean, I think if you were to look back pre-COVID, if we were doing a slide like this, it would be the plein air and the wine walk. Those
Yes.
would be your two graphics.
Mm.
Would you agree with that, Steve, as you've been around for a while?
Yeah, with the exception of a couple of the art installations that did happen, but primarily, yeah, that and that's I think we have done a more varied and inclusive array of activities over this last year, and I think it's a stunning success.
And I never want to like put down the past or the people, because I think
Exactly.
that the past commission before worked so hard and really brought the Arts Commission to life from nothing to what it was. And then you guys just like all volunteers on boards and commissions, you tweaked it to what was your passion and your interest and what you wanted to get behind.
Mhm. Yeah, so some different interests
Mhm.
too, so, yeah, because this has all really been since 2020, end of 2022, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
It's quite a bit in 1 year. It's quite amazing.
But Dennis and I have been here for 13 months now.
Yeah,
Nice.
and Michelle for not much more than that.
okay.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful. Just to make sure that everybody is highlighted in terms of what their passion is. So thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is the 2024 meeting schedule, unless did Steve have something to add in?
I think he might.
Were you asking me specifically for something, Nicole?
Well, I thought, I didn't know if there was something that you had wanted to say to this group. I wasn't sure, Steve.
Oh, so I think the only stuff for me that was not on the agenda, we got a little delayed by a little bit of COVID in the art community, but I have the Rebecca who is a recent art school graduate is going to be the next up to hang in City Hall, and we're going to walk through the space. And we're running late because she had to go on COVID protocols, but so I should have more to report by the end of this week, and I'll need to coordinate with you, Nicole, to make sure
Okay.
something is available. But
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about the art panels that you were doing for the merchants downtown.
yeah, I'll get that sent out in the next couple of days. I'll send that in email
Okay.
to everybody. But yeah, that's kind of more. I mean, I'm going to invite all of you to participate, but it's on behalf of the merchants. So
Okay, all right.
Okay, then on to the 2024 meeting schedule.
I think you guys are interested in canceling the December meeting. That's a norm. That's a norm. This commission going in the way back used to also cancel, I think, January, if not February. I don't remember what we did this year.
I think we were
But we
on
also-
in February.
I think we had to, but didn't we? Because we got the survey and stuff going, but I just wanted to know what you guys, I confirmed December and see what you wanted to do about January.
I'll defer to the group because I'm open to, if we have things coming up like new artists here in the hanging in City Hall here, or that we
Mhm.
want to be kind of do like an opening reception, or
Maybe a nice winter opening reception.
I would love that.
so depending on what what's kind of the game plan, I'm open.
Well,
interesting.
so the second Tuesday in January,
Mm-hmm.
do you count January 1st, which is a second Tuesday, second Monday? January 1st is a holiday and it's on a Monday.
Then it would be the next Monday then.
It would be the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it would be not the 15th.
Right,
Okay.
pretty sure.
I feel like I wouldn't want to start too late into the year, because then we only meet once a month. And I mean, yeah, December, no.
Yeah,
January would be fine with like skipping January if we want to have a break, but then pick back up in February. Cause then you're starting to think about March activities and ramping up for,
Well, do we have to, Valentine's Day, which like Michelle brought up for the elk meeting season?
meeting.
That's cute.
Like, is that something we need to kind of work on as a group, or is that something that can just kind of go on autopilot as far as seasonal or holiday renewal of some of the
Well, if you-
window murals?
If you guys are committed to having the elk herd in town next year, and I think our budget
I love
allows
that.
for it. I mean, I can reach out to Carousel and see if they're happy to be the window. And what I did with Sarah earlier in this year, and it saved me so much, you guys, was just to get on her calendar, and we just mapped out the days and the
Okay.
times. She saved it, I saved it, and then I felt like I was able to, between the two of us, were able to stay on top of it more. So
Okay.
if you guys wanted to do it for next year, then I would enter in the year. If you guys are fine with Sarah still being the
Right,
resident
right.
mural.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do they call it? It's like each cities have like poet laureates and she
Yes.
could be like our,
Mural-
our mural laureate or our,
Yeah.
mural- our in-house mural artist.
Yes, but it could be all one
Although
word.
Katie might give her a run for her money with those
Yes.
adorable pumpkins that she did,
It-
Steve.
Oh, exactly. We could have mural laureate be all one word.
But she, yeah, because she's got the look, you know, like, it's like being a, you know,
A
not-
signature.
not like a cartoonist or anything like that, but you know, how you have
You know,
your
it's her art.
character.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes.
Andy
Character.
Warhol art was, it was,
It's a-
you knew it.
Lichtenstein.
Yeah.
Right, it's her style.
You go,
and-
you go and use a word I don't know. Who's
Lichtenstein is the dots.
Oh, the dots. Oh, is that the
And-
type of
and
art
it
Andy
looks like
Warhol did
comic.
it?
No,
Oh.
Lichtenstein is his own.
Is his own, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, wow, I learned something, that's awesome, or like Pollock, you know, there's
Yes.
certain artists, so she's kind of like, you
Jackson
know,
Pollock.
Sarah's art.
Yes, exactly. And
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will do that and then we can get on that schedule, but, yeah,
That's
I
so
think,
fun.
so we think February and hit the ground running,
yeah,
Yeah,
February, hit the
That's
ground.
what I feel like. I
Okay.
feel like, and you know, it might be a smaller agenda because, but it's gonna be starting to kind of map out timing. I know that Nicole wanted to, in March, be already putting out, save
Yeah.
the date, we have a location, you know, for plein air. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna start doing your coordinating, so I think it'd be good if we.
How about this too? It's also, I might need to schedule some time with you guys if I can get the mural documents and everything from the attorney. That
Mhm.
might, like, if we need to,
Right.
so.
And we
we'll-
probably all have our budget for 2024.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that in that February meeting of
Yeah.
how much do you think you'll need for art off the rails? How much do you think you're gonna need for plein air? And we can then target a budget to our activities a little bit. We can be a little bit more structured there versus
Okay.
loosey goosey of like, oh. I don't know what we spent.
so it looks
Uh,
like February 12th is the second Monday.
Okay.
So pick up back on 2/12.
And just give it some thought if, and this was stuff you guys had talked about and in the survey, if there's, and again, I'm not pressuring you, but if there was an interest, if there's something kind of in those winter months, like an indoor, whether it's a poetry thing at Black Dog or Donna had said something, you know, I don't know, open mic, things like that, that if we more casual, but if we wanted to try to promote those could be indoor art activation. If interested or not, I don't know.
Pop-ups.
Pop-ups, yeah.
yes, and I was even thinking that I could do some poetry classes kind of things, so I could collect stuff to hang on next year's poetry, not just for the spur of the moment poems that
Mhm.
come from the event, but for people to get away from their computers and
Yeah,
write on.
or if you know of a poet that you
Yes.
guys wanted to bring in as a guest resident speaker at an event or something, you know, instead of having, yeah, I mean, there's just think about that over the winter, if there's different ways to activate that.
I think that'd be great. And what are we going to do about dance? Is dance considered part of our art?
I would say that, you know, back in the day, Sally Rackets would have said no, but you guys are a different group. I mean,
I
if you
think
view
there's
art as a
dance, I
range.
think Fashion is an
Textile,
art.
fashion, yeah,
I
yes.
think textile is an art. There's
And wood-
probably
and-
many quilt
And
I love the
yes,
quilt.
and yes, textile and woodworking.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many interpretations. I mean, you've got the written word, you've got song, you know, so I don't think it's just one medium.
Right, I
Yeah.
agree. I
And
agree.
not to create work or do anything more, but if there were just a few little things, if you wanted to
Exactly.
pop up installations that weren't a huge labor, but of more of a labor of love. So I guess think
Right,
about it over
and
the
I-
holidays.
And I know that, if, I don't know if the library has that big table area this, our old library, wherever it is it
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah,
has a big table area. That's a good place for a class.
it is a good place for class right now that, it could be available. We're trying to figure out the use for that. But it is available at least for now,
Right.
for that kind of stuff. The other thing is the library up on the ridge. You know, we could rent that side room too, maybe not for art, painting and stuff like that, but
No, but.
if you ever,
for
if you
the-
wanted a poet
Right,
laureate
poet
there
thing,
or something like
That
that,
would be great.
they are very open to that kind of stuff, so that's good.
And SAG weren't they teaching classes there over the summer? They were doing.
They
summer
wanted
classes.
to, but I don't know, did they ever come in? I never let them in, so.
I saw it on their website that they had dates for classes scheduled with two of the artists.
So I don't know if they might have some that they'll do in the back part of their own space. And I didn't attend anything. I usually do, but I didn't.
They had talked to me about it, but they never. got
Yeah, it
back
was
to
on
me,
the
so
website for its location as the old library.
interesting. Maybe
So-
they put that on the beginning and then just never.
It never followed. Yeah, because it was like, it was Charlene and
Charlene,
Monica.
Monica, yeah.
Okay, right, yeah, Charlene was the one I talked to. Okay, I will update, I'll get those cancellation notices out, and I guess we'll consider January canceled unless for some reason I feel
Okay.
like I need to bring you guys together for something, and then we can
Yeah.
figure that out. I'll reach out to you guys.
Now can I just throw something out on the, because we still have been talking about the Creative Arts District.
Yes, yes, in fact, I got a message today, from, Sarah Perry's office, and they are, still pushing ahead, forging ahead on that. I have it unconfirmed that perhaps North Bend may not participate, the city. I don't know what the volunteer group would do in the Creative Arts District. Because at one point I was thinking that could make sense for it to be like the joint cities doing something, but again, staying centered in Snoqualmie, that conversation is still going on.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot of words, but not a lot of content. The conversation is still going on, but it's a big lift, and it would be more than just you guys.
Okay.
It would be
So-
just more than the Arts
Because I
Commission.
know it was something
Right.
that we definitely wanted to involve both the Ridge and the downtown.
There would be more than, I mean, it could be like the school district, you guys, the business community. It's a bigger endeavor.
Okay,
Yeah,
than just us.
Mhm.
Okay.
and I like that. And I think that that's the way it should be, because it is the whole town.
Yeah,
Yes, and I think that we need all the energy
yeah.
to move.
And at first, Michelle, I thought, looking at that initial information, I just thought that we didn't, based on the checklist, that the city didn't qualify, but then in talking with Deb Landers, because she had we were sharing the information that we'd been getting at different meetings and such, I started to realize that I think we perhaps do qualify, maybe loosely. So it's-
Because we're not all one contiguous.
Geographically.
well,
yeah.
that was one of it, like, technically, it is pedestrian friendly. One could walk from downtown up to the ridge.
Right.
Like, it's a contiguous walk, you could walk from one
Or catch the bus.
or catch the bus, right? The other thing goes back to what Donna was saying, when you're talking about what is considered art, and some people would say that, I'm not saying this is me, but some people would say that, craft brewing of beers
Sure.
is an art, it's an art
Exactly.
industry.
Right.
Candle making.
Candle
right?
making and that
Artisan,
wine,
yeah.
and that wine, it's artisan
Artisan,
and winery. And so, because that was I think one of the requirements is that you needed, I think, a couple of different industries that were arts related in your community. And I was like, it's not like we have a glass blowing studio or, we don't, but if you look at those other artisan things, then perhaps we do qualify.
You know what I found out when I was door knocking?
Hmm.
My neighbor 2 doors down is an artisan chocolate maker.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever noticed that
Yeah,
sign out there.
There's
Blue-
a sign.
Blue Streak Chocolates.
I have not noticed.
They make it right there in their home. And so I was like, and she gave me like samples and I was like, it's
Was this
delicious.
Yes,
happening?
there's a surprising number. We've got an artisan welding shop that does welding art. We've got an artisan knife maker a couple more doors down from you.
Yeah.
Um,
Does Fuzzy do that? Does he make knives, not just
Yeah.
service them?
Yeah,
Yes, and then there's like down in Meadowbrook, there's the shop that does custom motorcycles,
mhm.
Ooh.
right?
maybe one of your
which is
winter things-
artistry.
Yes, maybe it's you guys invite all of the different artisans together for a reception or a workshop or getting to know each other. I don't know. It's just,
It used to be, and it was fantastic, and I don't think they have it anymore, but it was a mid-market art fair that would happen in the fall, and it was in Seattle, and it was always in a hangar. And you went in and it was phenomenal, and it was all these artists had set up their booths, and it was called the Pacific Northwest Art something or other. Now, and COVID, I think, annihilated it, but it was awesome. Like, people lined up, like this thing would bring people, and it was usually in the middle of nowhere, but you
was it the one at Sandpoint? Like it
think
was,
so.
yeah.
Yes.
That's some huge, I've been, not that event, but another event, but that is great event space because it's just basically an open space.
It's just a big open space.
It's
Do
cool,
we have
yeah.
anything like that?
Do we have anything like
Like
that?
a big open space like that, where we can start a market, get our Snoqualmie artists.
Dirtfish. I
And
still
just
have
saying-
to wear.
Yeah, we have a
There's
whole,
a big barn, yeah.
sawmill, yeah.
And
Where
Are you
what
saying?
is it? Dirtfish are
Oh,
rally
yeah,
car.
okay.
but I mean, Steve, what were you saying?
I was just saying, yeah, we have an entire sawmill that we could go and do stuff at, but
But that would be fun.
That would-
if
that
we
would
could
cause trouble.
Create a market, like, once a year. And like, people came from all over to go to that one at Sandpoint.
So on the same theme is Artist Sunday, which is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And Deb Landers got accepted for having a space of 6,000 square feet for her to have Artist Sunday this year. So she's had to put it together in less than a month, where she's getting artists to do, it's an art festival, and it is a national event. It's in
Where's
big
she,
cities all over the United States.
where's she gonna be putting it together?
It's in the outlets, in the old Bass place.
Okay,
Stay there, Steve.
So
Now you're on
there
camera.
he is. Hi, Steve.
oh, hey,
We had stuff on the screen, so we couldn't see you until now.
oh yeah, no worries. I was just
Okay.
making faces at you.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, so
So-
back to creative arts, had no idea there was this kind of artisan community here and that could be something. So more to come on that. There's much energy coming from that office. AKA hounding. Like, oh my God.
I know,
only have so
and I
much
think it's
capacity.
going from Sarah Perry down to Catherine Ross and then down from there too.
A little bit. Fortunately, Mayor Ross is not Nicole, knocking on my cubicle wall. But there's some, I get confused. I think there's some potential funding that could come from the state if there's this affiliation. So we'll see.
Exactly. That's a real big deal.
It is.
And being part of Artist Sunday is also, that's something that's part, I think it's grant driven or whatever. I haven't looked at the whole application on that, but
Okay.
it's really cool. And to have our name as a city on a United States of America list of all the up there with Boston and Chicago and
Yeah.
that would just be kind of cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that. I love, and the inclusivity of it. And yes, having schools participate would be cool.
All right. Oh, it's 6:43.
Yeah,
Any other
I need to
business?
be somewhere at 7, so
Yeah. And we
Is
gotta
this-
be downstairs.
Does this involve a tuba?
it does, yeah.
See, there's the music piece.
Mhm.
I don't think, there was nothing else on the agenda. Anybody else have any final comments?
All right.
So how about we adjourn then until after the new year,
Sounds
tentatively February?
Sounds great.
We'll
Happy
adjourn
holidays.
at 18:43 hours.